When planning an overlanding trip, the way I see it is that you've got two goals. Keep everybody safe and make sure everyone has fun. On this trip to Land Between the Lakes in Kentucky, my Patreon group and I almost failed at both. With a pop-up severe storm and tornado coming out of nowhere, we had to endure some sketchy circumstances night one, but then the aftermath of the storm made the rest of the weekend a lot more fun. So if you want to see some epic overlanding and camping in Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky, stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
Alright guys, super excited. This video is going to be a lot of fun. I'm having my first ever Patreon trip, and there's going to be like 4 or 5 guys coming from all different states, Virginia, Iowa, all over the place to hang out this weekend. So it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to Land Between the Lakes down in Kentucky. Right now I'm in Hoosier National Forest, though, waiting on one of the guys who's coming from northern Indiana down to meet me tonight, and then the two of us are going to convoy down tomorrow and meet the other guys in Kentucky. So get ready for some fun Patreon trip action and wheeling in Land Between the Lakes, Kentucky.
So while I was getting set up to camp for that night in Hoosier National, and John, one of my other Patreon folks, was coming from northern Indiana, we got an update from another guy who had driven from Iowa to our campsite to hold it for us for the weekend in LBL. Now luckily this was just sort of a pop-up storm and it was gone as quick as it came and everybody was okay, but later that day when we arrived in LBL, we got all set up and everybody started to hang out around the campfire. Now we did get a few good hours before the even more severe storm hit, which was awesome, and it was also kind of cool to see all the lightning and everything while we were sitting at camp, but that night it got pretty sketchy. And we had cell phone reception, so I was texting everyone to make sure they were all right, and luckily, everyone made it through the night safe and sound. Once the storm quieted down, we slept through the night, and the next morning we awoke to a little bit of damage to some of the tents and some rainwater accumulation for sure, but everybody was okay, and we were greeted by a beautiful lakeside sunrise. And this is one of my favorite things about camping in Land Between the Lakes, is that it's pretty easy to find spots on the water where you can swim and you can enjoy things like the sunset or the sunrise, and it's just beautiful down here. So we all took our time, got all of our stuff packed up, and prepared to hit the trails for a fun day of wheeling in Land Between the Lakes.
This is day 2, Saturday morning. We are leaving our first night's lakeside campsite, and we have had to chop up a tree with a chainsaw, and we pulled another couple branches off the trail, and then we've just been driving over everything else we've come across so far, but got to get out of here to go explore some more trails. It's been a good time. So we are on our way out of camp. We're all coming down this trail, and we just cleared a whole other tree, and now we came across this tree, which we're going to have to clear to get out of here. So we're going to do that now.
So the overarching theme of this trip was definitely clearing downed trees. So this big storm that came through was so aggressive, so violent, that it took down just tree after tree after tree. So on Saturday we spent most of the day exploring, and pretty much everywhere we went we ran into big blockages, huge chunks of, you know, multiple trees that were down across the road. Luckily I brought my Ryobi electric chainsaw. John, the guy from northern Indiana, had a gas chainsaw, and so we were all kind of working together. We were using our winches. We were, you know, teaming up with locals that we came across that were trying to help clear the trails too. And so there was a lot of fun to be had with that, but also a lot of work. Now eventually we sawed our way out of the trail and got back to kind of the main road that runs through Land Between the Lakes, and there was a down tree across that highway. So as good Samaritans and overlanders, we decided to start chopping it up. But as we were chopping this thing up, a saw crew came through and they actually took over for us, which was really nice, and they started to chop it up, took care of it, and so we went and started to hit some other more fun trails.
You're fine. I did, but I think I cleared it out a little bit for you. You're good. Your hitch, you're good. It's just dirt. Well, I mean, the problem is going to become, we kind of have to go through it because we've come a long way. You know what I mean? Like, this is always the problem, is it's going to turn a hour-long trail into a 4-hour-long wraparound trail. You got another huge one. So we've been on this road 141 and Land Between the Lakes for about 3 hours now, probably cut through about 10 down tree sections like this, and we are really close to our turnoff for our campsite, and we just came across this, so we're gonna get the chainsaw out again.
So after about 6 or 7 hours of continuously coming across, downed tree sections like this, our chainsaws started to dull, our batteries on my Ryobi started to die, we started to run out of fuel for the gas chainsaw, and it just kind of kept going. So eventually we ended up, unfortunately, having to turn around. We just couldn't get through all this stuff to get to the campsite we wanted. So we turned around and headed back down the road that we'd come, and we came across a surprise. So these poor guys had a 2-wheel drive Dodge Ram and had gotten down here and realized, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be here with our 2-wheel drive truck, and they tried to turn around and kind of got stuck against the wall. And so we ended up having to winch them out and help them get turned around, and then that way they could continue on their way. And after that, we went to a beautiful campground and enjoyed a nice final night in Land Between the Lakes before we had to leave to go home the next day.
So I just wanted to wrap this video up by saying thanks to all my Patreon members who were able to make the trip. Sorry to those that couldn't make it. We'll definitely be planning another one in the future. Huge thanks to Robbie, who got out there early, saved a spot for us, cooked chicken for us. I mean, just a huge thanks there. But then also a huge thanks to everybody that attended. Everybody was super gracious, fun. We had a great time. A lot of teamwork. It was like almost like a business team building thing by the end of it, because we all had to kind of work together to chop through these trees. And again, I'm a pretty unprepared person in general, so apologies everyone if you expected a big, massive, crazy trip, but hopefully it turned out to be fun, and it was great meeting everybody in person, and I really appreciate all of the Patreon folks. So again, thanks so much for that. I hope that you guys had a good time. If you are considering the Patreon, there's a link in the description down below. We have a lot of fun. We have a 24/7 Discord. We have a Zoom call once a month just to kind of chat and catch up in person. And then again, we're trying to do a couple trips like this every year. So if that sounds good, or if you've been kind of on the fence, hopefully this video gives you an idea of what to expect, and we'd love to have you join the Patreon. So again, thanks to everybody who made the trip. It was great to meet you guys in person, and I appreciate you guys every day. So thank you so much, and I look forward to the next Patreon trip. Hopefully sometime in the fall this year would be great, when it's not 150 degrees. So we'll be talking about that in the Discord. So anyways, thanks again, guys.